Hello everybody and welcome along to League of Europe. This is Division 3 for Season 7 and we are at round number 10 at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium for the Belgian Grand Prix. First used on the Formula 1 calendar in 1950 and it's been there ever since as well. Quite some interesting facts about the track as well. There's 102.2 metres between the highest point and the lowest point, which is interesting indeed, and still quite a close championship for our Division 3 drivers, so we hope there could be some close racing as well. My name is Jess, and I'll be your commentator this evening. Unfortunately, I am flying solo tonight. Aidan Carter can't make it, and the fill-in commentator tonight, Funky Chicken, his Wi-Fi is playing up on his PlayStation, so he's not able to join me, unfortunately. But we still get the action. Do not worry, obviously we are expecting a few less viewers tonight because quite a lot of drivers, quite a lot of viewers will be watching the remainder of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix qualifying. But to be fair, we won't be spoiling anything here today, so if you're not watching it either, hopefully it will be free spoilers, and if you have watched it, please do not spoil anything, please, that will be fantastic. So, we'll go through the championship standings actually. We've got Recurring on 116 points. RJ in second on 105. Luke third on 99. Tope fourth on 84. Dowie fifth on 71. Brent sixth on 68. Old School seventh on 56. Cam in eighth with 52. Rex in ninth on 39. Miami in 10th on 33. Then we've got YHYY and Matt on 21. Maverick in 13th on 20. J-Luke in 14th on 16 points. 15th is Bunty with 14 points. And then we've got Marty on 11. Chill on 9, who is now full-time in the Alfa Romeo. And Noah J in the Mercedes. Now, as you probably noticed, Passe is unable to make the rest of the season. So we have a new full-time driver in the Ferrari. Hassel is making his full-time debut, so a big welcome to him, and we will wish him the best of luck. So, whilst we are going on board with this driver, we may as well do a hot lap around this circuit then. So, it's the longest circuit on the Formula 1 calendar, 7.004 kilometres. Jeddah is actually the second longest as well, but obviously Belgium has made an exception. You pass La Source, a crucial corner on your lap. A very, very tight line was best throughout that corner. You're getting towards the flat-out kink into Al Rouge. Almost 190 miles per hour through here. 8th gear here. And you're going to be heading towards the Kemmel Straight. DRS wide open as well. We'll see a lot of drivers getting a tow from their teammates. So getting a lot of speed through here. Going through to Les Combes. Someone has already binned it. That is Chill on the exit of Les Combes. That is not good for any driver. So we starting no higher than 8th position on the grid. So he's past Rivage now and into the corner of No Name. There's many corners that you can call that, but I like to call it No Name because that's how I've known it for so long. Heading towards Pouon, quite an understeery part of the circuit. You won't need to touch the brake pedal too much, you just need to lift and drop into 7th gear. Past Campus now. 5th gear once you turn in and you're going to be heading into Stabilo now and into Port Frere. 4th gear through here and then into 5th on exit. He's purple at the moment. He's one of the first people to set a lap time. Quite a few cars behind him as well as we head towards Blanchemont. Blanchemont is so thrilling with his left-hand kink coming up here. You'll be heading towards the bus stop chicane. Don't ask me why they call it the bus stop chicane. It's just they do. I may try and find out a little bit more about that because I'm interested of knowing it myself. So Hassel up to the line. 1:43.7, so he sets the first lap time on the board. We've got Recurring, our championship leader. 1:43.7. We've got more drivers to set their first lap time. We've got Chill's teammate Bunty, who has unfortunately invalidated a few drivers actually going into the pits. We've got Dowie as well. 1:42.9 was his fastest time there. And I have to say, Dowie did a pretty decent job last week. We were at Australia for round number 9 and he took the win. his first win of the season. Was struggling to find a bit of form since he got his podium in Monaco. And he finally got the deserved win that he needed to. Maybe he's a sign of things to come for the Williams pairing. We got Rom on the lap as well. We got Maverick up into P2 at the moment, but there are more drivers on laps. We've got AlphaTauri or Brent, who's decided to go into the pits. He has invalidated. We have got J-Luke, who's also done the same. So let's go on board with EBG Rom once again then, going into the final couple of corners. So it's a 1:42.4. So times I'm expecting to see probably low 1:41s, I would say, for the drivers today. And times can improve as the track evolves as well. We've got Matt's going through Pillon now, but there's more people about to finish their lap. Cam comes across the line in P7, not a representative lap time now. So I think the only person on a representative lap at the moment is Matt's. So he goes through Stabilo though as well. Now I did ask the drivers about a few of their thoughts going into this evening's race. Not many people replied, but as we talk about each driver, we will mention it. But Matt's struggling to find his feet in some races this season. He would have got a podium by now, but unfortunately he is not, placing in 12th in the championship. Has only been out at the points 4 times. He's DNF'd twice. He DNF'd in the last race in Australia as well, which wasn't the ideal scenario for him. As we've got Matt up to the line, and it is P3 for him. Still some more time to find on under his belt. Marty, also on the mediums, is on the middle of his lap as well. So, yeah, gives a good chance to talk about facts about the track and people's thoughts. So, I asked the drivers how people thought about last week's race. A few drivers kind of want to not talk about it because they thought it was quite bad, including RJ. He didn't like the race last week, but he got a podium last season. One of his strongest tracks. Obviously, he won in Imola last season and this season as well. So I wonder if history will repeat himself. And I also asked about El Rouge and Radion because we tend to see quite a lot of incidents there. And is there anything that could be done to avoid an incident there tonight? And he said, I know I won't cause anything there, so people better not spin in front of me. And he has no expectations for tonight as he goes into the pits right now. So, a few more people crossing the line. We've got J-Luke on his outlet. Rex going through Legcom now as well. So let's find a little bit more information about our newest driver to the league. So obviously, I asked him about Spa and he said it's been a hit and miss for him in the entire 3 years of him playing Formula 1. Sometimes he can get astonishing laps and people are looking at him like he's the one to beat. Other times, he spins and makes himself look like a tool. And his tips to avoid our Rouge and Radion at instance tonight: being mindful of your surroundings and keep away from the dangerous curbs. So we'll see what he can do as well. And I will get some information about the Constructors' Championship as well, because it could be quite close between some of these drivers. As I think quite a few people are about to cross the line actually. So let's go on board with Rex, as he will set his first competitive lap time on the board in the Alpine. Had some strong showings this season. Can he repeat it in Belgium? That is brilliant for him. 1:42.305. We've got a Haas who came across the line in it was Kerrick in P6. We have got Brent on his outlet. Cam is on the bus stop chicane. His teammate crashed though. His teammate has crashed, or he's probably retired in the pits or something. Don't know what's happened to Maverick, but let's see what Cam can do. Being the only driver out of every single D3 driver that has taken part this season to have scored points in every single race. And there's plenty more chances to score points tonight because there's only 16 drivers. We've got a Aston Martin who came across the line. He hasn't improved. Miami. What about J-Luke? J-Luke came across the line on the medium tyre. And he goes into P9. Quite a few more invalidations. Let's hope history does not repeat itself there in terms of invalidations. Expect to see quite a few more penalties. I haven't had word about what the weather is going to be tonight. So, obviously, I would like to keep it surprised. And one thing I forgot to do, because I'm an absolute idiot, I'm probably going to hear myself on stream now, aren't I? I forgot to share the stream out to my Twitter. So, I'm going to share it now. So, just give me a second. So, there we go. We've got Recurrick, who is setting another lap. And he puts him into P4 on the soft tyres. A respectable lap time from him. And I think most people are going again. Yeah, most people are going again. Ooh, what an interesting line that Dari is taking around Pouon then as he heads towards campus. Now, it is not that long to go until obviously the end of the season, so drivers, even though it's about 6-7 rounds to go, it doesn't seem that long. So they need to get a move on. If they're struggling a bit in the season to get their times in gear in qualifying and the race, then how are they going to try and catch up to obviously the leader of the championship? So, we've got Dari up to the line now. Not quite pole position, but he is 1/10 quicker than his previous best. And it puts him into P2. What about his teammate in P14? There he is. But he is diving into the pit lane. So, he's not going to find any time at all yet. But he's got 5 minutes to go. Plenty of time just to regroup and see what he can do. One of 3 drivers yet to set lap time, but obviously Chill retired on the exit of Lecom. Brent hasn't set a lap time either. Brent was a driver that was struggling for inconsistency at times, but there has been some races recently where he has been good. A few podiums in the last few races. But Bunty needs to find some luck at some point to climb up the championship. Bunty's currently sitting in P15. I know he is a quick driver. He has the pace. He just gets involved in quite a lot of incidents. He's always unlucky. Well, to be fair, Australia is always kind of a handful in terms of barriers, walls, turn 12. Some people can take it a little bit cautious, but we will see as the session goes on. As majority of people will be making their way into the pits now. Interestingly that Miami's on the mediums, but with the mediums tyre day being not too bad around this track, he just wants to get a bit of the feel on the track before he goes out for real on his final laps on the soft compounder tyre. Let's see who's going out actually. J-Luke is the first man out on a fresh set of the soft tyres. If you're new to League Racing and to LOE in general, they do have 3 sets of soft to use in the race. No, in qualifying. And I believe they get an extra set in the race, but that is it. So they really need to think about how they use their tyres. Maybe that's why they want to use mediums at the start, so they have at least a spare set for the race as well. Because we've seen last season in LOE in Belgium, most of the tiers brought out safety cars, including the tier I was racing in at the time, Division 5. I can't remember how many safety cars there were. I think there was about 2 or 1. But it was a dry to wet session as well. I kind of enjoyed it actually. I had a nice battle with Emperor at the time, which went on for quite a few laps, and it was fun. It was really good. Obviously, he's not in the league now, but hopefully to have something similar here tonight. So, final chance then for people to get as high as they can in the pecking order before the race starts in just under a few minutes' time. So Rex currently sets the benchmark time at the moment with a 1:42.305. Darry in P2 with a 1:42.392. Third is EVG Rom with a 1:42.460. Fourth is Vakuric with a 1:42.673. Fifth is RJ with a 1:42.714. And then sixth is Bunty with a 1:42.793. Seventh is Mats with a 1:43.326. Mavic will start no higher than eighth with a 1:43.393. Hassel has retired, so he'll start no higher than ninth with a 1:43.738. Well, at least he has some fresh set of tyres for the race. As J. Luke start his lap. Same with Marty as well. Tope is also starting his lap. And J. Luke in 11 with a 1:43.947. Cam in 12th. 1:44.105. 13th is Miami with a 1:44.957. And then we got Tope, who is starting his lap also. Same with Brent. So everybody, quite a lot of traffic though going through the first sector. Quite a lot. Some people on their outlaps though, so it's going to be a bit of a push for some of these drivers to move out the way pretty much. But let's go on board with J-Luke, as he's unfortunately invalidated. Marty was next on a lap, so we will cross over to him. Don't forget, this is a very long track in terms of race distance. There are only 22 laps as well. And we'll obviously keep an eye on the tyres as well, which could last a fortune around this track. And if you are liking the action so far, don't forget to click the like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn notifications on so you know when to see streams next. So, Marty going towards past the middle sector into sector 3 now. This possibly could be his only chance to get his best lap possible. A 1:42.566 for the Alpine. As we have got Rex, who's just about to start. What about Tope? Tope comes across the line. He did cross the line, P5. Darry starts his lap, his teammate, but we've got Cam starting his... Well, he was going to start his lap, but he has unfortunately invalidated. Brent in 14th at the moment. He's going again. He's a few 100ths quicker than his previous best. So we will see. Checker flag has fallen then, so it is time for people to improve. So we're going to go through all of these laps then. First will be Brent, teammate of Max. He goes up to the line, P9. The Haas car of Rom goes into third position, but his teammate is still on the lap, our championship leader. He's almost 3 tenths up in the middle sector, so he is improving here. Can he come near the top of the timings? Only time will tell, really. In P6 at the moment. And it is a 1:42.338 P2. Not quite pole position. Mercedes up to the line. Can only manage 12th. We've got Brent and Miami on laps. Let's go on board with Brent first. And then we've got Miami. So Brent can only manage 13th. Miami 10th. And we got Darry who crosses the line with a P1. 1:42.189. What about Marty then? He is slowing down, so he's not going to improve. So it's just Cam then on a lap. But he has unfortunately invalidated. So that is it then for qualifying for the Belgian Grand Prix here this evening. And it is Darry once again who is on pole. Can he get a second pole position in a row. We will have to wait and see. As 22 laps await our drivers. For those who just joined us, welcome, welcome. A few interesting facts about the circuit as well. The circuit remained on a calendar through the 1960s, but with the long version of the circuit, double than it was now, but due to safety reasons, it was changed. It was launched by Sir Jackie Stewart as well, and that's why the race was cancelled in 1969. So, Dowie on pole position at the moment. Rex in P2, Recurrent P3, Tope 4th, Rom in P5, Marty P6, RJ P7, Bunty P8, Matt P9, and Miami rounds up your top 10. So you've got Maverick, Hazel, Brent, J-Luke, Cam are your final people that set a lap time in this qualifying session. And then we got Chill that did not set a lap time. So, few drivers yet to score points in this league, but they're not here tonight. Only one, obviously Hassel and Rom. Rom, our reserve driver, of course. So, what's the weather going to throw at us? It is a dry race today, which I will have to say, I think pretty much 99.9% of drivers will be very relieved about that. So, it's not like F1 2022, where the drivers will have free tyre choice. We've got to remember the rules that were in the 2021 season. That's on the F1 2021 game. The drivers that qualified inside the top 10 will have to start on the tyre that they have set their fastest lap on in the whole session. So I believe for the top 10, it will be on the soft compound of tyres. So we will see then as we head towards the formation lap. We got Williams on pole and an Alpine alongside. When was the last time we saw that in real life? Probably hardly ever. Remember that Williams had Renault-powered engines back in the day. They were very successful back then. In the, I think in 92, 93. Even in 94, they were Constructors' Champions. Even though they didn't win the drivers, they were Constructors' Champions, I believe. And obviously in 96, 97, I think that's when they stopped the dominance, really. But I think with any team, the dominance kind of stops. And I think we're kind of seeing that with Mercedes in real life as well, which makes things, I think, a little bit more interesting with the sport. And as an impartial fan of F1, and for me, not bothered about who does well, I'm okay with it. I like to see different people near the front once in a while. It just makes a nice change. We could see the same here as well. So, Maverick, outside the top 10, he's gone for mediums. Hazel has gone for mediums too. Brent has gone for mediums. J-Luke has gone for soft. Now, he has been the odd one out in this formation lap, but being the only driver outside the top 10 to select those soft tyres. And we got Cam in P15 on the mediums, Chill on the mediums too. So that gives you a rundown of all of your results and tyre choices for this evening. So Darry, can he get his second win in a row? He got pole as well last week. Can he change that? But you know anything could happen. The barriers as well can take a nasty hit as well. We'll see how people can conquer El Rouge as well. Let's hear from a few more drivers as well. Actually, let's not hear from a few more drivers as well, but some interesting moments. Remember when Michael Schumacher was on the F1 scenes to start with 1991. His race was over with a broken clutch on lap 1, but he had a very impressive qualifying session by starting in 7th position and already made an impression. And the circuit remained one of his favourites He recorded 6 victories at the track during his career, the most of any driver, and won his 7th and final title at the track in 2004. Oh, it's almost 10 years ago. I think it's 8 years, almost 8 years ago now. Crazy. But anyway, we are about to get underway for the 10th round of the season. Let's see how my voice handles 22 laps full of action. We shall see. Thank you all for listening so far. We are about to get underway. The 5 red lights are on here at Spa. And it is lights out and away we go. The camera cut very, very weird there as we head towards turn number 1. But we will see what these drivers can do as they make their way towards last source. I think everyone has got their way through. Okay, we've got Rex and Dari going side by side. Rex actually takes the lead into turn 1. That's incredible stuff from the Alpine driver then. Dari trying to go to the right-hand side. They're going side by side already. Wheel to wheel. They don't even need DRS to get the move done. Dari doing absolutely fantastic to retake the lead. Curry also taking advantage as well. Can Rex go around the inside into Lecom? No, thinks best worth it. We got Brent and Rom also going for a similar tactic as well. And oh my god, there's quite a few actions going on. Everybody is still on the same train, which is very, very great to see. And we will obviously see what happens as the session goes on. Lap 1 of 22. Anything can happen, of course. And we're starting to see quite a few people have lost ground as well as Max gets passed by Hassel into... Oh, he tried to, and he spun. Luckily, he is ghosted, though. He has reset to track, and resetting to track, unfortunately, in League of Europe is not allowed. So he will be getting some sort of warning for that, unfortunately, as we still got some more side-by-side action. This is getting absolutely amazing. J-League has been pressured by Miami for quite a bit now as we head towards the bus stop chicane. Miami could try and go down the inside. Brent actually goes down the right-hand side here into the bus stop chicane as well. Couldn't quite do it. Is he going to back off? I don't think he is going to back off as well. He might go to the tricky inside line. Into turn number 4. They make a bit of... turn number 1, sorry. They make just a tiny bit of contact. Not a lot of contact being made from the drivers, but still quite a lot. We'll keep an eye on our leaders then. Rex, once again, trying to challenge for the lead. This is what we saw Dari do a lap ago. Rex takes a similar line, but look at this. Dari is not giving up without a fight. The way that he's pushing the car... and with his better traction, it's helping him keep this race lead here as well. Recurrick as well could get past Rex anytime soon. Rex running a little bit wide here as we head towards Ravage. And he clips a curb as well. This could give Recurrick some momentum. Past No Name they come then. Into Puron. This could get very spicy indeed. Max is the only one out of this train. Everybody else has got through unscathed at the moment, which is quite uncommon in LOE. I thought there would be more people having trouble at this stage, but it shows how far they come this season. And it is still very unpredictable. So, who has made positions on this first lap? Well, speaking of that, Bunty trying to get a move past into Blanchemont as well, and we also got Rom as well that wants to have a bit of a go as well on Marty. I wonder if Marty is struggling a little bit compared to the other 2 drivers. Down to the left-hand side he goes. A little bit of a love tap as well. Oh, there was a bit of a slide there. Brent did get a 3-second time penalty up back as well. RJ and Marty. Oh my goodness, there's so much battles happening everywhere. We've got J-Luke in the middle of that as well as they head towards that source. Could be 3 abreast as well. J-Luke could almost take advantage of Marty as we go up the hill towards El Rouge then. DRS is enabled. So will any of these drivers take advantage of the DRS? As someone has hit the wall. That is Hazel. How on earth did he not retire? That was a save and a half there, and that could have been an accident if it was simulation damage. Rex into Lecom takes your race lead. Could this be a ding-dong battle for quite a long time? I think it can. I think it can between those two. It's just also the question of who gets the DRS in time as well. But Rex is pulling away. Rex is pulling away. He's also got enough ERS to use as well. And there's quite a lot of braking zones, so plenty of times to use the recharging. But you don't really want to be charging your battery through Blanchimont, because that is where you're going to be gaining the most power. Bunty has gained the most positions inside the top 5 free positions, but overall, J-Luke has gained the most, gaining 5. But we do have another yellow flag. That is an AlphaTauri. That is Matt and Chill. It's Chill, actually. I thought it was Matt's. I think Matt's might have had a little bit of an off. But I think he is okay at the moment. So that is all good to see for the Alfa Romeo driver. But meanwhile, Bunty once again is fighting. Is fighting off. He was fighting off Tope for a minute there. That was getting just a tiny bit close. Almost. Well, at least he's able to keep his head together. So obviously we'll keep an eye out on these penalties as well. Brent has already got a time penalty as well. I think he got it in the bus stop chicane. McCurrick is going to try and get past Derry then. Into Lecombe. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. McCurrick up into P2. Excellent stuff for him. Can he keep it that way? We will find out very shortly. RJ has dropped outside of DRS, but he is closed in a little bit on Tope, so you will be able to fight this one just a little bit more, as my phone has dropped on the floor there unexpectedly. There we go, eventually got that. But anyway, we will be approaching the pit stop phase very, very shortly. As there's a yellow flag again. That is Miami that's had an off. People are losing it through Pouon, it seems, or is it Camper? Well, actually, it's Stabilo 1. It's Stabilo 1 where he seemed to have lost it. That is a grave, grave shame for the Aston Martin driver. But we'll keep an eye on Bunty once again. He's probably going to go for a similar move to what we've seen quite a lot of these drivers do. To the inside he goes into turn 1. Very brave if he makes it moved and gets it done, which he does get it done, up into 3rd position. And we're seeing the 2 Red Bulls making some moves as well up the top of the hill, as Cam is up into P11. Don't forget in Eloise, the top 12 do score points. As we've got McCurrick that's got the race lead. McCurrick has got the race lead. He's got past both Rex and Dowie there in the space of a few corners. I don't know how I missed that, but obviously it's quite a lot to check when I'm just a solo commentator. Because of the gaps, I also got to check out the stream to see if the stream is doing all right. So quite a lot to watch. So if I do miss out on certain battles tonight, obviously I do apologise. But with people so close together, if you do get a time penalty at this stage, it could cost you big time. And Bunty lost a bit of time there through Paul Frey into Blanchimont. Marty's out! And as I was saying, if they were close together, it could be an issue. And we have got our first safety car of the session. Wow. This is good news if you're on the softs, but if you're on the mediums, you may be forced to go onto the hard compound of tyres. But that is the danger of going on the alternate strategy. Sometimes when I go on the alternate strategy, there's a safety car. When I don't go on, so if I do go on the alternate strategy, there is a safety car. If I don't go on the alternate strategy, well, you know, there's quite a few things going on. So, Darry is in. McCurrick's in. Rex is in. Quite a lot of double stacking as well from the drivers. And Cam is going for the one stop. So he's decided not to go on to the mediums. And he's decided to go on to the hards. Chill doing exactly the same. Hazel, I believe, pitted, obviously due to damage. But I wonder if he will go on to the mediums. He can, because obviously he used some tyre compounds that he needed to as well. It's got quite a bit overcast as well. So I know the driver said it was going to be dry, but it all could change in a drop of a hat. So Brent and Maverick, they've got a lot of work to do, because unless there's another safety car, they're not going to be getting a free pit stop. So Brent in P1, Maverick in P2, and I will be back in just a couple of moments. So then, we will look at the positions gained as well. Obviously, with Brent and Maverick not pitting, it kind of screws things up a little bit. But if you were a driver in this situation, what you would do? Honestly, if I was on the alternate strategy, I would have had no choice but to go onto the hard tyres, because otherwise I would be behind everybody else and struggling. But you don't really want to be touching the hards, really. But if you have no other choice, well, you're kind of going to have to put your money where your mouth is as well. But we could see the likes of Chill doing a Hakkinen overtaking masterclass. Remember, the 2000 Belgium Grand Prix? It was a very hard-fought contest between Mika Hakkinen and Michael Schumacher. Hakkinen lost control of his car, just like Hassel did in Eau Rouge, actually. He touched the curb on lap 13 and allowed Schumacher to take the lead. And it was a nice duel between the two champions. And Hakkinen went for a bold overtake. I wonder if we will see some bold overtakes and some bold strategies here today. And I do believe the qualifying has now finished. I haven't seen results. And for people, obviously, that have seen it, do not spoil it in the chat, please. We don't want any spoilers, because I'm sure that the ones who are watching this, all drivers, will be waiting until the end of this race to obviously catch up on what has happened as well. So no spoilers. Any spoilers, you'll be in deep trouble. Trust me. But anyway. Safety car should come in this lap. And it is Mercedes safety car this weekend. Kind of wish it was the Aston Martin safety car, not gonna lie, but it is the Mercedes one. So, Brent has got to get a good launch, because he knows that he's going to get absolutely swamped by quite a lot of drivers who have just pitted. The hard tyres may have a little bit of an issue, but the ones obviously on the mediums, they'll have a bit of a tyre advantage. Their mediums can get till the end of this Grand Prix. So we are about to get started for more green flag running. Hopefully this will be the last safety car that we see at the moment. For those who just joined us, we are about to get underway for some more green flag racing. My name is Jess, one of your commentators for this evening's race. Now, I'm just seeing Division 1 that it's actually raining in Division 1, so go give it while it was raining, and now it's dry again. So changeable conditions in Division 1, but what's it going to throw here in Division 3? Brent then. He gets a good restart. That is crucial. That is crucial. Rex has also had a good restart. Down towards turn 1. Will anyone try and go for any bold moves into that source? Doesn't look like it. Everyone wants to keep it relatively cautious at this moment in time. Hazel has got a 3-second time penalty, not sure where. He probably went wide, heading in towards turn number 1. Everyone, I think, has got away unscathed, which is always good news for the drivers, because obviously we want to make sure that all the drivers remain safe in their cockpits. As Rex got insanely close to Recurrent. Rex has been a driver that's worked well, but the biggest loser out of this top 3 is Darry. Darry has lost 3 positions, technically, from where he started, which is not ideal, not gonna lie. Actually, he lost 2 positions, my bad. He lost 2 positions from where he started, obviously a net P3, and he ideally would have wanted to be a net P1, but still, not a lot that he can do. Recurrick, though, is trying to get past Maverick on those fresher tyres. So, oh, that was a bit of a swerve for Maverick. That was close. Maverick's still fighting. I don't know why Maverick is fighting for this position. You've got Bunty as well. Loads of cars are trying to get past the old medium runners as well. Some of them, it's working really well. And unfortunately for some of these drivers, it is not. Who is going to be the one that could be crying in their bed tonight for not going the way they wanted to the race tonight? Or who will cry themselves to sleep with happiness? We shall see. No DRS yet, don't forget. Quite a few people could get the move here into the Camel Straight. RJ being one of them. He's gained a few positions off his start position as well. I believe he pitted the same time as Bunty, Darry, Rex and McCurry. So he is in a net P5 at the moment. But with the 38, getting past Maverick can be extremely hard. So what he's got to do, manage his DRS, he's used quite a lot already, and just be patient. Sometimes being patient can go a long way, and even though it may lose you quite a bit of points in the long run, it's better than that than getting 0 points. As J-Luke has been passed by Cam and Miami. Cam's on hard tyres, and obviously Cam had no other choice. He could have gone and done an extra safety car stop onto the mediums, as J-Luke has had a bit of a spin. He had a bit of a tap as well. I don't think he's got damage though, but only time will tell. So that is what that yellow flag is for. That's very brave, RJ, trying to get past Maverick in towards Blanchimont. And I think he's got it done. He has, as we go on the off-board shot now. Yes, he has. He has got a pass. So, DRS will be activated. So, this is now a chance for people to get their heads together. Will we see some moves for the lead? I think for Kurrick, this is his only chance now. Because otherwise, Rex will take advantage. Darry will take advantage. Pretty much everybody will take advantage. So, McCurrick will see what he can manage then. Not quite close enough. Rex not quite close enough either. Darry just a little bit too far behind. That is absolutely gutting. And that is not what you want to see at this moment. So quite a lot of work to do if you're obviously in the Williams cockpit at the moment. As we've got Matt, who's got past Hazel. So To be honest, Matt needed that safety car. He needed that safety car to get really back in contention and to get back into this race. Luckily, obviously, it's working out, I think, some more wonders, I think, for him as well. Can history repeat itself? We will have to wait and see. Yellow flag, sector 2, that is Miami. Miami has had a bit of a spin, unfortunately. Another, obviously, unlucky driver. And he's down in 15th position. Oh my God, this could be 3 wide here. Into the bus stop chicane. Rom runs a little bit wide as we head past the final corner. But at least he keeps it on the track. Let's also come once again. They got to get those tyres to the end, which they should do. But what will they do if a safety car comes out? Clipping that left and right curve quite nicely into El Rouge. And speaking of safety cars, we could get another one. Brent has been passed by both Leclerc and Rex. So Brent is struggling. Maverick has dropped down the field as well. So obviously Rom has got past him as well. So not a good day in the office if your name is Maverick or Brent. But Brent doing the best out of these two, despite the penalties that he has got at the moment. I think there's only 3 drivers who have got time penalties. One of them's Brent, one of them's Maverick, and one of them is Hazel. Matt has left the session. Interesting. I don't know why Matt has left the session. Hopefully he'll come back very soon. You should have some spare invites, hopefully, as well. But we'll keep an eye on the battles up front then, to see if we could possibly... It is now the battle for the lead. Apart from Darry, I think, is finding it a bit more difficult to try and get past Brent, due to him being a bit slower. Leclerc set the fastest lap, now it's Rom. So Rom is definitely pushing right now on these mediums and could get past Tote very soon. But let's keep an eye on these two right now. Brent. I said not Brent. I was meant to say Rex. On the gearbox of Leclerc. This could be an easy move. Can Leclerc fight back into Lecombe? Going to take a tight line on the inside into Lecombe, which he does so. And Rex is up into P12 at the moment. And don't forget, if you are new to the stream, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, turn notifications on, so you know when to see a stream with us next. Still plenty of drama that could happen. Plenty of action that can happen around this circuit. Remember the first lap crash? 1998. Quite atrocious conditions. And La Source provided instance for many. As Rex has spun! Rex, who was fighting for the lead, has made a mistake! Just before Savilo 2! That is a huge shot for the race and not ideal at all. So, Rex, that just goes to show that people cannot afford to become complacent in this race. Oh my word. This is going to get spicy. Brent in the pits. That's why quite a lot of people have jumped, but Brent will be going on to some soft compound tyres. So it's now pretty much a 2-horse fight for the race lead, but Day is still a little bit further back. Could be Bunty's for the take, and Bunty has had some bad luck all season. Can he turn his bad luck to good luck? We'll have to wait and see. To the left-hand side he goes into the Camel Straight, and he did it before he got to the entry of Lecombe. He knows how much this podium means to him, and he's going to put the foot down to try and catch up to our race leader. Dowie hasn't been able to do so. We've got a Williams 3-4 at the moment. RJ in P5. J-Luke having a bit of a recovery. He's still able to score points, so that's why he's still being able to keep going. So J-Luke up into P11 at the moment. Hazel up into P12. From obviously being at the back of the grid, but he will have to stop. So he'll probably be at the back of the grid again due to the fact that the grid is just so compact. The two AlphaTauris, by the way, not doing very well at all. And it could be an interesting predicament for the Constructors' Championship. We're halfway into this race now by 2 laps. Brent does get past his teammate. Bunty has shaved off a few tenths per second to Recurrick. So he's closing in, but not by a lot. Will Dowie get back at him? Will Toe get back at Dowie? Bunty setting fast his laps. So he is pushing here. Maverick is in the pits. He is also going to go for the soft compound tyres until the end of this race. Well, to be honest, with Maverick and Brent not pitting under safety car, they had to really stick to the strategy, unfortunately. Which, for them two, is a bit of a shame. We've got also Hassel in the pit. Is he going on to another set of softs? Yes, he is. And he's got a change of front wing as well. Tope and Dowie having a battle for P3. Tope gets on the podium at the moment. Chill does get past Cam. And don't forget, Chill started at the back of the grid. And he's up into 8th place. Chill doing a sensational job. Don't forget, he is now a full-time driver in the Alfa Romeo. Replacing Reds, I believe, for obviously Reds not showing up for majority of the season. And I have to say, maybe he hasn't put that much pressure on him this week. Now, he did respond to my question, so I will have a look at those now. Just give me a second. Well, I thought he did. Well, obviously not. Actually, it might be on Discord, actually. I forgot to note it down, unfortunately. So, I can't find it. I can't seem to find Chill's answers. But as soon as I find it, I will find it in a second as well. Oh, there it is. So, his only ever pole came from this track. And I was commentating on him 5 years ago. But he accepted your crash already, and he's expected to DNF. Well, he hasn't DNF'd yet. So, to be honest, he's probably being quite shocked about himself that he's been surviving this long. But Bunty, 0.7 of a second. Bunty is absolutely flying right now. Rom's got past RJ as well. The Ferrari-powered cars are 1 and 2 at the moment. And we also got a Ferrari-powered car, the Haas, in 5th. 2 Haases in the top 5. When did we see this coming? I do not know. I do not know at this point. So make sure you keep it locked for the remainder of this race. I am Jess, by the way. I am flying solo here tonight. We had 1 safety car at the start. That's why obviously quite a few people... well, Cam went on the hards. The only me and runner to do so. Everybody else, like Maverick and Brent, they stayed on the medium and had to go to the softs, but they did not have a free pit stop under safety car. So, Bunty is having high expectations for this track that I asked him. He thought last week went well. He had an instance, but he made a few mistakes, but taking pole and having good race pace was encouraging. So at least last week he was able to take some positives coming into this week, and obviously finishing last week. So, which I kind of think is helping him here. I'm not going to say where he wants to finish, because if I do say that, I'm worried I'm going to jinx him. Because because I've jinxed quite a few people this week on commentary, and I don't want to be jinxing another person. So, Bunty is looking good on the power here. Good straight line speed, and he takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. Oh my goodness, I did not see this coming here at Belgium. But can this be the race where he turned his luck around? Two Williams still fighting. Will the boss of Dorrington Capital be allowed for these two to fight? Well, only one way to find out. Darry can't catch up to Topes, then probably not going to be fighting anytime soon. Maverick has picked himself a 3-second time penalty. So I believe that's his first one. Nope, he's on 9 seconds. Okay, let me just give you a penalty update then. So Chill's on 3 seconds, Brent on 9 seconds. Maverick is on 9 seconds as well, and Hazel is on 6 seconds. Just in case, obviously, there's quite a few of you that might be jeffing tonight, because I know there's a certain amount of people that are doing so. And even though Bunt's in the race lead, Bukovic is still catching for P1. Obviously, Bukovic, as it stands, will extend his championship lead anyway. He has got nothing to fight for, but he wants to try and extend the championship lead as much as he can. He can see if I could get, I don't know what camera it is to look at the back. If I go on board, this one? No, can't remember. What camera? Oh, there we go. Eventually got that in the end. But Bukovic is on the mirrors of Bunty. Bunty can see the pressure getting to him. Just Bunty can't make a mistake. He just can't. Absolutely can't. And there's only been 2 retirements so far, and only 1 safety car. And even Evil Dragon put in the chat that he was quite surprised to see less retirements. I do too, because most of the races I've either commentated or raced on, there's been so many retirements. There has been one race where I was one of the retirements, but that was on the final lap, which was quite unlucky. Wasn't my fault, but you know. Just people have got to be on it, and with the fact that I think the driver's being a bit more cautious, Hazel won't get any points unless there's another retirement. So I think it's going to be down to obviously Max, J-Luke and Maverick for the final point. And with Maverick with a 9-second time penalty, I'm almost certain Max will keep the final point. But at least we still get to have this interesting fight. So we'll see Maverick on the back of Max in towards El Rouge. Maverick fights and bites. Brent does get past Cam on the fresher softs. Brent doing well on those softs. But we'll keep an eye on Maverick and Max. He gets past, so Maverick will try and get past Jaylee. We'll keep an eye on the deltas between each tyre. 1 second separates between the softs and the medium compound of tyres. That is to be put into perspective at the moment. Maverick picking himself a 3-second time penalty due to multiple warnings. Dowie's got one as well. This could be huge. Rom could get P4 here. Rom can get P4, but Kerrick has overtaken Bunty for the race lead. But I wonder if Bunty has got a few things saved under his tank right now. for the last remaining laps of this race. So, plenty of opportunities now for it potentially from pretty much... Oh, someone's binned it! Someone's binned it! It's wrong! Safety car, surely! No safety car? That was a huge crash! And there's no safety car. Probably because it's late into the race. He can't overtake in sector 1. He can now. This has allowed him to close the field a little bit, but that was quite a huge bit of an impact there. A bit of an impact there. But it happens. It happens. But that does mean it is definitely a three-way fight for the lead now because Tope's closed in, so has his teammate. Shame about RJ not being in that fight as well, but RJ will be finishing in P5 if it stays like this. He probably, obviously, was not expecting to get a P5 on track, but he will take a P5. So, honestly, there's nothing more he could do. Rex has got past RJ. So, was RJ struggling or just RJ just had the better traction? I don't know. But we will see. Recurrick has increased the gap to Bunty and Tope's going quicker. So, maybe Bunty will lose out on P2, which will be honestly, it will be a bit of a shame at the moment. Final 3 laps to go. Let us know in the chat who you think will take the race victory. Will it be Tope? Will it be Bunty? Will it be Recurrick? This is Tope's first opportunity to try and get past Bunty, which he does not. Dowie as well, not quite close enough. Chill is on the back of Rent. The soft runners are not able to get past the medium runners, which I have to say, I think most of the time the alternate strategy is not the best unless you're under safety car and you're towards the end of the race. But obviously it's too late for a safety car to effectively happen. So honestly, if you're outside the top 10, you'll be starting on mediums. But don't try and qualify on mediums if you're inside the top 10 because you will just lose out on just so much, in my opinion. But people might be right, I might be wrong. But obviously, I'm not the one racing in this division. There's Division 2 and Division 5 on at 10 past 8 in just under half an hour's time, actually. So, looking forward to that. As DRS activated for Darry. Darry's going to do it. I know he has a penalty. I wonder that's why. I wonder why he's not pushing. I wonder that's why he's not pushing as much. Because he knows he's got that time penalty under his belt. Absolutely love the helmet, by the way. I think he's got the same helmet style as what I've got, I think, as far as I'm aware. Which I have to say, looks pretty decent. But here comes Bunty for the race lead into Lake Corm. That was brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff, but was it too little too late? Because Recurrick will have the DRS on the final lap. Oh, I literally don't know what's going to happen. I literally don't know what's going to happen now. This is why it's even more exciting. Guys, please grab your popcorn. Because we are in for a quite exciting end to this motor race. And I think RJ has been passed by Brent, so Brent on those soft tyres, showing that he can do it. But I think RJ did not fight because obviously Brent has the penalty. But he's got to be worried that Brent might be pushing a little bit too much to try and break that 3-second barrier. A bit more overcast now, but it does not matter. We're on the final lap, and we're going to be watching these two battle it out to the very end. Literally anything could happen. This is all Recurrix to lose now, because he has got to be the one that has the pace advantage because of the DRS. What about his ERS? They're on the same. It is even Stevens right now. So Recurrix, DRS wide open, surely? Yes, it is. So, is he going to do it, or is he not quite close enough? Bunty trying to break the slipstream into Les Combes. Recurrix was not quite close enough. Maybe Recurrix did the wrong thing. Potentially not fighting with Bunty on the final penultimate lap. So this could be Bunty's first win. Chill does get past RJ up into P7. So, oh my word, this could be an interesting end to the race for Bunty. Bunty has been saying his race pace has been better than his quali pace if he didn't get involved in race incidents. He has been faultless throughout the whole race. Recurrix has as well. Let's look at position changes. If it will let me. Come on. There we go. Bunty up 7. Recurrix up 1. Taupe up 1. Darian Rex up down 3. Brent up 7. Chill up 9. So even Brent, after that safety car mishap, he still managed to get to P6 with managing his soft tyres perfectly. But Bunty's on 2%. He's been pushing all this time. Recurrix pushing. Could this be a photo finish? I doubt it's going to happen, but Bunty, after the bad luck he's had this season, he could celebrate tonight. He wins in Belgium for Division 3 of League of Europe. Recurrix comes across the line P2. Taupe P3, Dowie P4, Rex P5, Brent P6. Chill will jump to P6 after that. He's gained a massive, 10 positions, but it would have been 9. Cam keeps up his point streak in P8. J-Luke in 9th. Brent drops all the way down to 10th due to his penalties. Maverick gets the final point scoring position with with Mats ahead of him in P11. And Hazel just missing out there. But at least he finishes on his debut, which is always great to see. So only one safety car, only 3 retirements. I have to say, fair play to all the Division 3 drivers. There will be no race interviews because pretty much my voice is dead. So I want to rest it and get a bit of practice in for the race later on. But I know some of you were probably wondering who would be my driver today. Now, RJ had a screen freeze apparently with 4 laps to go and got damaged. That's why he was losing time. And that was through Blanchimont too. That was kind of interesting. But anyway, we'll get your results then. Bunty wins. From P8 on the grid to first, I think he gets driver of the day. He gets driver of the day, no question about it. He wasn't the fastest on paper, but he was able to keep Recurrix behind, and that final move that he did on the penultimate lap helped him. Recurrix in P2, Taupe in P3, Dari in P4, Rex in P5, RJ in P6, Chill P7, Cam in P8, J-Luke in P9, Brent in P10. I have to say, choose respect for Recurrix. He said to Bunty, really thought that he can get him on the last lap, but amazing drive. Good respect there. So Brent rounds up your top 10. Matt and Maverick round up your last point scorers. Hazel remains your final finisher. We got Rom, Miami, and Marty, your only DNFers. So as that has been the Belgian Grand Prix. As I said, no interviews thus far tonight. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be here next week, as I will be away on holiday with my family. Looking forward to it. But Car Mentalist should be back, and it will be Zandvoort, I believe, next week. A very good track for racing, but there's not many places to overtake there, so I think they need to have a good qualifying session. But I will be watching the race back in, obviously, after I've gone away with a huge interest. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Jess Ball. We'll see you next time. Make sure you check out Division 2 and Division 5 on in just under half an hour's time. Let's see how their Belgian races compared to Division 1, 4 and 3. So, yeah, that could be good as I try and end the right stream, because I nearly ended the wrong stream the other day. Anyway, thanks for listening and good night.